Hello, everyone. I hope you're having a great Monday. My name is Alyssa Thomas from Penguin and Fish, where we make lovely and quirky hand embroidery patterns and kits. And I'm here every weeknight at 8:30 p.m. Central Time. And we relax and we craft and we work on a project together from beginning to end. And tonight we're continuing on the Krista Quilt's Charming Chevrons quilt. We are pretty far along. This is what we're ultimately going to be making, is a pile of left side leaning and right side leaning chevrons, and we'll be sewing those together eventually. We have a whole pile of blocks. I have these and a whole stack back here too that we will be trimming in half and then turning into half square triangles. So we have a few of those done already. I'm going to sew these together tonight, and we will get a stack of half chevrons that look like this, just to mix it up so we're not doing the same thing for days at a time, cutting on the diagonal, pressing open and trimming down the squares. We'll get to that tonight, but we'll sew together what we have done already first, just to see how it's starting to look. So I've been seeing a lot of your guys' chevrons on the Penguin and Fish Crafters page on Facebook, and they all look so pretty, and I can't wait to see what everyone's quilt top is gonna turn out as. So I'm stoked to get going on this project again. I hope you guys all had a great weekend. Nice seeing you pop in again. All right, let's flip around and we will start sewing. There is a link in this Facebook post for the pattern if you're interested in joining us. We will be here for a little while yet doing it, so you'll be able to get it done with us still. All right, guys. Back to the machine tonight. Let's shimmy over so you guys can see. All right, so we have a stack of half square triangles. Oh, Gretchen, you detoured and made the kitty pins. Oh yeah, so if you guys saw my little kitty pins just now on my sweater, I do have the blog post instructions, free instructions for how to do that in this Facebook post as well. So we were pretty organized when we stacked this up. So I can take the top two pairings. They should be the same fabric, and I should just be able to move the top one down, and you can see we get that, it's from the upper left to the lower right chevron. So this is like the one side of the chevron, basically like this. So we've done one here, and now we're just going to do this leaning chevron for the stack that we have done here. And I think this is good to do it in little bouts like this, because first of all, it changes up the monotony of doing the same thing over and over again. But this will allow me to get these put together so like this doesn't fly across the room for some reason and then all my stuff is all messed up or whatever. I can put them together as I go, just to as insurance for stuff happening. So all right, so I'm going to take the top two, which again I've placed already while I cut it, so I can just grab and go. But I have two half square triangles that are actually the same, depending on when you rotated it. It came from the same square. If you guys remember, we had squares like this that we did a red square on one side and a pattern square on the other. We drew a diagonal down the center line and then sewed a half, I was going to say half square triangle. We sewed a 1/4 inch on either side. And that allows us to get two half square triangles out of one of these square pairings. All we have to do is cut that diagonal in half. And that's what we've done here. So we've already cut that diagonal and press them open. We have an open seam here, which will allow everything to be a little flatter. And now we just have to rotate them all just right so we get that chevron that's going in this direction, because we're doing all of this side, this direction chevron first, and then when we're done with that, then we'll do the other direction. You can't just rotate this around and get it, because no matter how you rotate it, it's always going to be that direction. To get it the other direction, we gotta we gotta shimmy them around. See? So we're gonna wait to do that. Let's stick to the chevron going this way. Yep, we squared them up. Yeah, so it is a bit of a process, especially when you're doing a bajillion of them. But, you know, we'll get it done eventually here. So, all right, so I'm going to sew along this seam. So I'm going to put right sides together. And this is that seam that I want to sew. So I'm just going to kind of kitty scratch it in place. There, that's lined up. And we should be able to use my 1/4 inch presser foot again, and also butt it up against my business card, which is at 1/4 inch. I can just butt it up right against there and feed it through. So that's what we'll start with tonight. And then I'm going to just chain piece. I'm going to do all of these one right after each other. So we'll see how that goes tonight. And when we get those done, this will probably go pretty quick. Once we get these done, we will head back to the cutting the diagonal and trimming, pressing and trimming and what we've been doing the past few nights. Yes, the Vikings lost. I'm more of a Packer fan, so it doesn't matter so much for me. But yeah, I was kind of rooting for them for sure, just because, you know, that's where I'm from here. And it would have been cool if the Vikings played at their own stadium for the Super Bowl, but well, whatever. I'm thinking Vikings fans had hope, but I'm thinking they're not all that surprised. They I know we talked about this, but it's just so weird to me still, because it's just different than a Packers fan. I feel like they expect it a little bit, the losing, and they prep for losing before the losing has happened. So I don't know if that makes sense at all. But it's a bummer. It would have been fun. Oh, you're quilting the baby quilt. Oh, nice. Oh, the extra pins help. Oh, good. Good. Glad to hear that, Tracy. Yes, so I don't know if you guys can hear that, but the snowblower just started up again. This was like a huge snow day. So we had no snow. And then starting at like 9 a.m. this morning, it just started snowing, huge, gigantic snowflakes, and it basically never stopped. I think it stopped now, but we're definitely in the 8 to 12 inch arena of snow right now. Like, you know, where the glass front door, it's like creeping up on the bottom there. And we haven't had this much snow yet this season, so it's kind of neat. But my husband came home, oh God, around I think 2-ish, and he went out to snowblow around 5, and he is still out there snowblowing. So he snowblowed our driveway, and then he was going to snowblow our neighbors because she picks up our packages when we're gone all the time, and she's awesome. But then he saw we have a lot of new neighbors this year, so a lot of neighbors moved in this summer, and none of them have snowblowers. So he saw all these poor people shoveling out there, and that's what we did the first year we moved in here, and then we were like, never ever again. So after the first year, when we had massive amount of heavy wet snow, we got a snowblower after that, and so he snowblowed our driveway, and we have relatively small driveways. He snowblowed our driveway, then our neighbor's driveway, and I think he snowblowed like 3 other neighbors' driveways, and he's still out there, so I don't know. And then the snowplow comes by and, you know, pushes snow into everyone's driveway again. So I think he's snowblowing the snowplow drift. But yeah, he's like, He's, I'm thinking for sure the neighborhood hero tonight. Oh God, but I remember that first year we moved in here and we had a huge snowstorm and oh man, that was the worst. We'd start shoveling at one end of the driveway and by the time we moved like 4 feet, there was like another inch of snow on what we just shoveled. So that's kind of the snow we're getting today. But I think it's done. Like, I think that's about it. And it's supposed to be warm this week, like 30s and 40s. So I'm not sure it's going to stick around. But man, just people driving was pretty shady today. A little scary. John took some video of it just because it was so out there. Like, just huge snowflakes and just the accumulation was so fast, I think. And, you know, everyone's working and have to get home and everything, and it was not good. And I think all the schools are basically canceled, which is rare. Super rare, especially for them to close ahead of time to like preemptively before a storm. I think that's kind of unusual. But yes, places are closing for tomorrow and stuff too. Oh, you watched 3 deer playing in your yard. Oh, fun. That's neat. I watched my husband's cousin's dog frolicking in the snow on Instagram. It was pretty cute. So we're chain piecing here. Oh, Gretchen, is your snow going away? You guys had snow in Atlanta too, didn't you? But we're chain piecing here, which means that we're just starting up the next piece right afterwards. So all we have connecting it is this little bit there. And so we have this long chain going of our pieces. And it really helps, it saves time for one, and it saves floss and saves snipping and all that. But I just wanted to come back here and see, you know, double check since we haven't really double checked this. So yeah, all right, so they're working. And we'll press all these when we're done here. But yeah, so we have them going in the correct direction. That's just what I need to keep my eye on here, that we're getting them in the correct direction. Because remember, we're doing that angle that's going like this first. Ooh, I like those strawberries. You know, I was thinking today that, you know, I wanted to just grab these so that they are all random. You know, I mixed them up so that one side, you know, the chevrons going this way was random compared to the ones going that way. And I was thinking, oh, I'll only do the half chevrons because then I can lay them all out and pick exactly where I want all the half chevrons to go. But then I was thinking if I really wanted it random, I should just sew a full chevron together, like a full left and right side, and just whatever it ends up being, just do it. But I don't know if I have quite the guts for that yet. But I did want it to be random, and that would be the real way to do it random. Just have a pile of fun chevrons, and at that point, then rearrange chevrons. But I don't get the choice of the half chevrons, like where they go. So I'm considering that. I think the thing that's keeping me from that still is the idea that I might put all my extra purple ones, I might have those all hang out together. Because I think that might be kind of fun, like if that purple like puddles into one area of the quilt. But I don't know, maybe that would be weird. Maybe that'd be too much focus on it. Maybe I do want it random and less like I'm trying too hard or something by having it all puddle. I don't know. Luckily, I don't have to make that decision quite yet. I can just keep trimming and sewing them together. I can always decide to sew the full chevrons together later. We got a ways. You've been picking who goes together. Oh, but you waste time overthinking of it. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm worried about. That's kind of what got this started, that thought. I'm worried that by only doing these in halves and then then rearranging on the floor, I'm afraid I'm gonna have twice as many decisions to make because I'm deciding where both of the sides go. I'm not just sticking them together randomly and then just putting a chevron, like a zigzag line together based on whatever chevrons happen to have, whatever V's happen to be there. But yeah, I'm undecided on that whole purple situation yet. I don't know, maybe I'll just stick to doing my 2 piles still, and maybe I will still randomly grab. But the other thing, I was thinking I could do, we're doing a few going in this direction now. The next few I do could go in the other direction, and we could start randomly putting it together just to change things up. But I don't know. I still kind of like that we're doing all the, upper left to lower right first, and then the opposite ones next. Just deciding on a process, and I guess it doesn't matter. It's just whatever I feel like doing. I think right now I will just not make a decision. That's the beauty of a quilt like this. I don't, there's so much of the same stuff that we have to do first that I really don't have to make any solid decisions yet. If I really wanted, I know some of you are doing this and it looks so cool, but if you guys are doing like all the zigzag is all one color, and then like the next zigzag is another color, that takes a little bit more planning than what I'm doing. I mean, I'm totally being, I'm just grabbing and hoping that it ends up being random. Yeah, that's a good idea. So maybe I will just do all of one side first and all the other, and then I'll keep them separated. And then at that point, I could still be random by picking randomly from both piles. I don't know, we'll see. Maybe we'll finish them, and then I'll just, maybe I'll lay them out, and if it seems like this is just silly, I should do random, then we'll just grab and go. We got time. Yeah, that's, Patricia, I'm a little worried about that too. So if it's a scrappy look, like once you try and have a plan, then it maybe starts to get too matchy-matchy, and that's what I don't really want to have happen either. I want it to feel random, but actually I'm undecided about that, because like I was saying, I still kind of want maybe all the purples, because we have several purples. It'd be neat if all the purples were together, maybe. Another thing we could do is like a gradient of fabrics too, like, because some of these are dark and some are a little lighter, like all the light colored half chevrons. See, like this is rather light. All the light ones could be towards the top, and by the time we got to the bottom, we'd get to some of these darker ones, like this one, or this is a little darker. We could get, then I'm getting to matchy-matchy though, maybe. Like we could get just really specific like that, but I don't know. I think maybe I want this just to feel random. Maybe I don't want people to get, like, maybe I don't want to get more out of it. Maybe I just want it to be all about, like, the saturated all over colors or something. Joe, I don't always press my seams open. This particular pattern calls for it, so I'm just, I'm doing as she says, as Krista says for this. And I think a lot of it has to do with that we will be machine quilting this. We'll be free motion quilting this, and this will help reduce a lot of the bulk, because otherwise we'd have like all of them pressed to one side, and then we could end up with like 6 layers of fabric and then 2 layers of fabric on the other side, so we'd have like a ridge and stuff. So I think this is the theory is that it's going to be helpful for when we do the free motion quilting. So I'm going with it. I don't always do it, and I actually prefer not to, just because I always end up burning myself. That's basically the real reason. I feel like it's another extra step, and I end up burning myself. But I get it. Like the idea of that, oh, it lays flatter for machine quilting. That makes sense to me. I need some logic behind it, and that makes sense. You don't have all yours cut yet? Yeah, it's kind of fun to do it in little stages. If we turn this into a queen, which I don't think I will, but then I'll have more to cut too. Oh yeah, the purple could be like a zigzag through the quilt, like one full zigzag maybe. I have no idea how much purple I have. I ran out of other fabric. When I'm talking about purple, I'm meaning for some of these I put a solid purple with the red, and I have quite a few of those because oops, I forgot what I'm doing here. I don't know which side to sew anymore. I gotta open it up again. All right. I don't know how many extra purples I needed, but I think we have more purples than the other blocks. But I thought the purple looked pretty with the red. Oh, you saw that seam iron, the wand, the clover wand in the store. I don't disagree with you, Gretchen. I burnt myself several times using it. I mean, I think it's one of those things, like if I was using it all the time, like if I use it for applique and that was my form of applique that I liked, was using that mini iron. Or yeah, I guess for these seams or something. Like I think if I was used to it, I'd probably get the hang of it, but I'm not a huge fan yet of those clover irons. So it's like a wand and then a teeny iron like this big. Very small iron, but it works great. I mean, you can get really in there detailed, but the design of it is like a little messed up if I'm thinking about like ergonomics and design and all that. The part that burns, like, so it's a wand and the whole entire, it's like a big circular like pipe, and then at the end of that has the iron, but that entire piece is hot, like iron hot, like burn your hand hot. And there is a protective area around it, but that protective area, you can still burn yourself by being by that protective area. Not all of them have the protecting thing, but some do, and the one that I got does have that protection around it. But it looks like a handle that, like, you want to hold it over that protective thing, which means you're going to get burned. And when you do actually hold it on the handle, the weight of it is a little, I don't know, it was a little aggressive on my wrist, I thought. Like, it didn't balance well in my hand. So, I don't know. It worked for what we needed it for. I just think I need more time with it, and then maybe it'll be like my most favorite thing ever. But I don't know. Right now I'm questioning it. Yeah, it is so hot. Clover leaf, the iron, very hot, and you need to use it. Oh, put it into a mason jar. Oh, instead of the stand. Oh, well, that's interesting. I like that. Yes, Patricia, it gets so hot. I like that idea of just dropping it in a mason jar. It'd be much, more intuitive to grab from there. All right, this is our last one. So this is all we have done yet out of all these blocks so far. It's just these few we did now. Oh, I should get let's get our little snipping device out yet instead of my scissors, where we took our seam ripper and we just lodged it in the top of a spool of thread, and now we can do all these really quick. So we're just snipping over the top, and this is actually, it takes off a little bit of the stress of holding a scissors and stuff. It's kind of fun. I like it. New fun thing that I'm digging. There's a contraption that does this, but you know, just sticking the seam ripper in the spool seems to work a-okay. I kind of want to put like one of those rubber, you know, those stoppers for the rulers. Oh, there you can see it. The oh gosh, what are those called? The little rubber circles. Well, anyway, I think I actually have a link for it in the post here. Oh, what are they called? Right here, I have some. Oh yeah, these the True Grips. If I just put like a little True Grip on here, then it wouldn't move around at all either. That'd probably be a good addition. When the spool is done, it could just become my little chain piece separator spool with a little True Grip on the bottom. You've adopted this method too, Gretchen? Yeah, it's fun. If anything, there's that. Boop. Crafting should be fun, right? All right, I am gonna shimmy over to the ironing board now. That's it for sewing tonight. That's all we have prepared to sew. But now we have all our half square triangles together as our half chevrons now. So let's continue with this pile. I'm going to press them open. You don't know the pop-up iron that's only 64, that's a steal. Oh gosh, you saw one for $225. I'm wondering, maybe, I don't know, maybe that's much better. Maybe someone's got it figured out, but that Clover one, I don't know. There's some ergonomic issues with it, I think. Can't decide if, you know, I don't know. Maybe they'll be the right project and I'll find out that, oh my God, this is the best tool ever for this project, but right now I'm kind of meh. Oh yeah, we'll have to see how many are done here. Just trying to press this guy again. Oops. I always find it tough to keep all these seams open too. Ah well. Do our best. All right, that's one chevron. So now I can start piling them up. So we have this guy too. He's done already. Actually, you know what? I think he needs to be pressed again. I'm not sure this ever got pressed open. So might as well do this one too. There we go. This one I've been kind of fumbling around with, so it's coming unpressed a little bit. Oh, you have the oleo iron and it's not good for pressing. Oh, that's interesting. Not good for piecing. All right, there we go. It's a cute one. Next up, so I'm pressing it to one side first just so I can start getting that seam really nice on this side. Ooh, that got hot. And then I'm going back and pressing it open. Although I don't think I read the instructions for this part. I think it's pressed open though, still. I think we're always pressing open with this project. All right, flip that around, give it one more press. Pretty pink strawberries. That one's cute, I like it. They're all cute, I like all of them. Yeah, I'll count these when I'm done. I think we'll have a good start at least. I think the Hubs is finally done snow plowing the whole neighborhood. Okay. I think this one will be pretty. Yes, I know, Gretchen, that's what I'm a little worried about. So that's why I'm thinking maybe random is better, because then I can, save time in the thinking. I can just grab and whatever it's going to be is going to be, sort of thing. Ha! Totally. He needs Campbell soup. So he turns from a snowman into a little boy again. This is the part that I always burn myself on when I'm kind of opening that seam up. I've just pressed it so it's really hot. Press this open a little bit again. And one more on the front. This one, man, I know I'm getting a little picky now, but this one doesn't look like it's pressed very well. Let's get that a little flatter. We got a good stack here going yet. Yeah, sometimes, what is that analysis paralysis? I don't want to get caught into that where I'm taking forever to decide, and it gets to the point that I can't make a decision, you know? So we'll see. I don't have to decide yet. That's for sure. We got a little ways to go yet before I decide if I want to be truly random or if I want to just lay them all out and spend time pairing them up and stuff. We'll see. But it's my internal debate on this project right now. All right. This is that little gauzier fabric. I think it'll work just fine, though. You like to lay these out only to make sure, you don't have too many of the same. And see, that's kind of what I'm thinking too, Deborah. I don't want like some glaring chevron in there that would look just better somewhere else too. You know what I mean? So yeah, there is, sometimes to have it look random, you actually have to pay attention to it and still, make sure things look pretty where they do. Right now, I'm just going to worry about making half chevrons. Trimming into half square triangles and sewing them into half chevrons. Exactly, Gretchen. That's how I'm feeling too. The fabric is pretty, and I'm having fun playing with it. So that's good enough for right now, right? Ooh, here's a purple one. Let's see what this looks like. I don't think we had one yet. Ooh, see, I think that looks really pretty. Really rich, I think. These two colors together. Even though the Vikings aren't in the Super Bowl, it might still be fun to go downtown during the Super Bowl and just check out all the hubbub. Do you know how many red squares you cut before you made them into triangles? I don't know offhand. It depends on, I'm doing the twin size. It says in the pattern it has like the different squares in the pattern. I just kind of cut so I had enough. I might actually have a few extra chevrons or a few extra half chevrons when I'm done with this, because I think I just kept cutting to the end of the row or whatever. So we may have a few extra. But no, I would just check the pattern. If you are worried about, like if you guys don't have the pattern yet and you want to work on this, it's available, the printed version in the post right here. So the paper one like this, the booklet. Otherwise, she also has a PDF version, which I know is nice if you're overseas. There's a link to the paper version in the description on the, there's a link to the PDF version when you go to the paper version link. In the description, she has a link to the PDF one. I think it's on Craftsy, actually. But there's a link to it. But yeah, so it just depends on the size of your quilt. And I don't remember what it was for this one. Oh, there's something special about that one. I like that black background with those little strawberries or raspberries on them. I think that's pretty cute. Man, looking at this stack here yet, this might be all we get done tonight. And then we'll have to start up a new diagonal pressing trimming thing tomorrow again, like what we've been doing. But I don't know, maybe we'll have a few minutes to get going on that again. That'd be nice. So we get a little bit more progress done. But I don't know, these chevrons are, half chevrons are starting to look awfully cute. I like these pearl bracelet fabrics. Ooh, Carla, your fabrics arrived. Awesome. Oh, I'm so happy you like them. Yeah, so I know your guy. If you got fabric from the fabric sale that I had, it really should be there soon. If it's not there already, I know there was some that was having weather delays and stuff, but I think those are getting there today too, hopefully. Oh, good, Robin, yours is So Sweetness. So Sweetness is Sarah Lawson's company. She makes bag patterns. She's she designed this pattern with this. I made the cute pouch out of her pattern, out of my old jeans. I did some improv piecing for the inside and outside, but this is her pattern, the general shape of this. I don't think I have a link for her in here, but if you just go to sewsweetness.com, you'll find her site, and it's just so many cute, sweet bags. And she has good video tutorials, and she does several live streams like this too. She does a Sunday, what is it called? A Sew Sunday maybe? But she does a live, I think she does a live one on Thursday too, where she goes through a bunch of stuff, and she does like a lot of giveaways too. So I'd be sure to check her out. She's awesome. All right, we got a good stack here going yet. Yeah, we'll have to count these up when we're done here tonight. Yeah, she does a nice job. Her instructions are really clear and easy to use. And now she's doing videos as well for her projects. And they're just clear and concise and everything too. So if you want to do some cute little bags, and she has just all sorts of bags, like really big, intricate, like duffel bags even, you know, to pretty handbags, and also just like really nice little little zipper bags and stuff for pens and pencils, and with little windows in, a whole pile of stuff. Oh, you saw her Sunday too? Oh, my embroidery kits were on there. Oh, I didn't realize that it was the giveaway for that today. Oh, on Sunday. I missed it. Oh, I'm going to have to look that up again. Well, that's cool. So if you guys gotta see my kits over there as a giveaway. Yeah, she always has giveaways on her Sunday deal. Oh, is that what brought up So Sweetness? I must have missed part of the conversation. I didn't realize that that it was this Sunday that my stuff was going to be on. Oh, cool! I'm going to have to check it out again. How many blocks did I cut out? I did enough for the twin size. You'll have to check the pattern for sure. I think I cut out a few more than I needed. But it depends on what size quilt you want to do. But yeah, just check the pattern. I'm pretty excited. This is going to be my sit by the it's going to be my take a nap on the couch blanket. We have a little kind of coffee table that was constructed. It used to be part of a desk, but it's just kind of like it's like a rectangle with curved edges. So just of wood like this, so it's completely see-through, and I put some casters on the bottom of it so we can roll it around, but I just kind of store blankets and pillows on the inside of it that you can just grab. I mean, you can see them all because it's open. But that's where this guy's going to live. He's going to live in that little table, and whenever I need a nap on the couch, which is more and more lately, I will be using this quilt for that for sure. And a twin size is going to be perfect for that. Ooh, you just got, you just ordered Krista's book. Awesome, yeah, so we're going to be using Krista's book. Let's see if I can sneak it out here. The Machine Quilting with Style. We're going to be using this book as a guide to do our free motion quilting, because it's going to be my first real time, it's my definite first real time free motion quilting on an actual quilt. I've done it like once before when I got my free motion quilting foot, or my darning foot. I tried it out on like a sandwich little scrap, and just had a lot of fun doing that. So I'm stoked to do it for real on a large scale like this. Oh, did Krista pop in here? Yeah, so I'm so happy to be working on this project, and Krista has been just so nice letting me work on it. I always get designer's permission and stuff, because sometimes, you know, not everyone wants me to be doing a whole project from beginning to end on here, but I'm greatly appreciative when they do, and I always learn a ton every single time I do a project. I like this one a lot. It's so painterly. I'm liking all the painty blocks. These are some of my favorites in this quilt. I'm feeling so good about using up fabric that I've hoarded forever and ever. I feel like they're finally going to where they need to be. Like, this is what the project, you know, you were meant to be in a project, and this is the project you were meant to be in, is how I'm feeling with my fabrics here. So I'm stoked to be using these. Just a few more, I think maybe 4 or 5 more it looks like. Then we'll give it a good count, and I think maybe we'll call it an evening after that. But it was fun to sew some of these up today. So the next couple days we will do more of our diagonal cutting and pressing and trimming to make our half square triangle units, to make these units. And then, you know, before the week's up, I think we'll do another batch of these. Get our stack getting taller and taller. Oh, maybe I still have 4 or 5 left after this one. I never quite know how many I've left, because it's like the never-ending pile. Oh, I hear someone else's snowblower outside now. My poor husband. He was out, oh my God, like for the past 4 hours at least. Actually, I think it's like 5 hours now. No, 4 hours. But he's been snow blowing for 4 hours, and he came in. He came in briefly and ate a banana and had a glass of wine, and then he went back out. But he was soaking like from head to toe because it's not actually all that cold. Like it's not in the negatives anymore, thank God. It's in like the 20s or something, I think. So things are having a chance to melt, whereas before there was no way. Like when it was -10, -15. It was just going to be blistering cold out. But now it's a little warmer, so it's that really wet snow that gets so sticky, and it drops in flakes that are like this big, like huge giant flakes. And it just is like tomorrow it's probably going to be the perfect snowball snow if it's not all melted. But yeah, he was soaking wet. He's got like his full winter gear on and just drenched. Oh, oh, thanks, Mary Ellen. I'm totally loving this red too. I'm excited to see what it looks like once it starts. You know, once this red starts blending in with other reds. You know, once we start getting blacks going. I'm thinking it's going to be pretty out there, like pretty bold, I guess, the red. So I'm kind of curious if it just overtakes everything else. We'll see. It was an experiment. I'm excited about it still. So I'm kind of thinking for machine quilting, for the free motion quilting, I think I might leave the, you know, I kind of wanted to do one of the zigzags, like every other zigzag, kind of nothing, and then a lot of machine quilting in the other zigzags. And I think in the red part, I think I want that as my kind of blank one. She has a good example in here. So I kind of want to do, so here's the quilting. I kind of want to do it like this, where in the solid, which would be my red, I want to do like minimal quilting. Like I think I'll stitch in the ditch, but then I might just put like one line in on either side. So it's mostly just blank. And then the colored ones like this, like my pattern ones, the pattern part, that I think is where I'm going to practice all the crazy, all the different sorts of experimenting. So I want to learn how to free motion quilt with this. So every zigzag, I want to do all sorts of different ones. So we'll probably start with something simple like, well, in theory simple, I don't know yet, but like meandering Patricia. But I want this to be a learning quilt for me. Like I haven't free motion quilt. I want to try some things. So maybe, you know, I might want to do like a whole feather, like some people doing like the fancy feathers. Maybe I'll get to that point at some point. Or, you know, the meandering, but maybe I want swirls, or maybe just up and down, up and down, up and down. You know, I just want to practice. I want this whole thing kind of like a sampler. I want this to be like a sampler of free motion quilting for me and just learning. You know, I'm sure the first several rows are going to be just the worst, but that's okay. I want to see that I was at the worst before some of them get better. You know what I mean? So I'm hoping, and I want to see that progress. I want the first one to be the worst, and I want to see, you know, my last one be a whole lot better, and I want to see that progress. Like I'm excited. This is my learning quilt for free motion quilting. All right, we got all those guys pressed. Let's just give it a count here. We'll take a look at them all again. They're looking cute. So again, I made them all the one direction, and eventually they will get hooked up to the ones that are going in the other direction like this. But look how cute that is looking already. You know, who knows what we can pair them with. So maybe I will just wait to pair them because, ooh, like look at that one. That one's pretty cool too. It's fun to pair them up. Maybe I don't want to be random. I don't know. But for now, we're gonna make all this direction, and then we'll come back and make the ones that are this direction. But all right, let's see how many we got done tonight. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm not sure if any of you guys were counting, but we're counting again anyway. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Ooh, that's pretty. 18. Oop, I got 2. 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. Okay, so we got 27 so far. I just want to peek at this quick. Like, let's have our one, we only have one going this direction, but let's have a chevron going this way, and then let's have the start of another one up here. I want to start seeing that, how bold this red is, and I think it's going to be pretty. Okay, I'm down with the red. I like it. I'm excited for the red. Oh, draw and practice. Yes, so that's what I'm hoping. And, you know, we might actually draw with the water-soluble marker. You know, if I get, we'll have an extra piece going on here, so I won't automatically go straight to here for quilting. I'll start with like a scrap piece, and we'll practice on the scrap piece, and we might draw out, we might even draw it out on here before stitching. We'll see. So that will be coming up yet. We got a ways to go yet, but tomorrow we'll continue with our half square triangles. Again, we gotta cut these in half, and then we'll press them open, so we'll have our 2 half square triangles with each of these pairings, and we'll press them, and then we will trim them out, and then later this week we'll make a pile more of these fellers. So, all right, guys, I'm gonna flip you around, and we will call it an evening. Sorry, I hit the table there. Hey there again. So, all right, I am excited. Here's our little pile. We've seen this one again, but it's fun to see some of these other ones popping up here. Yeah, I'm stoked. We will just keep pumping along on here. Eventually we will have a quilt. That's the beauty of doing this just a little bit every single day. You know, this is my time that I work on this. I don't work on this at any other time. So 8:30 p.m., get an hour done. Eventually you got a quilt, right? That's the faith we're going on here. So, all right, guys, I will get this up on YouTube at Penguin and Fish Movies on YouTube. So I hope you subscribe to me there. That's where the replays for this will be going. And if you subscribe, then you get an email when the new replay is up. And the replays will also stay here on Facebook if you wanted to check back here. And yeah, check out So Sweetness. I guess she featured my kits on Sunday. I'm gonna have to check that out for her. Oh, So Social, that's what it's called, right? Her So Social Sunday? So Sunday? Social Sunday. Is that what it is? Oh man, I'm gonna have to check that out again, but she's awesome. So Sweetness, Sarah Lawson of So Sweetness, she's great. And then also check out the Charming Chevrons pattern by Krista Quilts, and this is great if you want the physical version. This is a great booklet. It's a nice high quality booklet, and she does have it as a PDF as well if you want to skip the shipping for that. So awesome, guys. I will see you tomorrow on Tuesday, again here at 8:30 p.m. Central. Have a great evening. Good night.